Hello, hello, welcome. My name is Jamie Duggan, and I am so glad that you are here. I hope that you have found this profile because you are looking to improve your health and wellness. And I know there are so many coaches out there that want to help people and genuinely come from a great place. And it can be really hard to discern who to trust, who to seek advice from, because there's so much information out there that it can be very, very confusing. So, I wanted to introduce myself because I am very passionate about helping people improve their health and wellness. But what I do is a little bit unique. And so I wanted to give you a little insight into who I am, how I operate, and what you can expect from the elite coach, the elite wellness coach. So I have been in the health and fitness industry, the health wellness fitness industry for over a decade now. And I actually joined it when my first son was about 10 months old. So my older son was a baby. And I joined because I started working in the industry because I wanted to actually have a bit of accountability. I didn't want to just become a mom and start and lose myself and lose my health. And so I decided that there was no better way for me to do that, to ensure that that happened, to become a fitness professional. And at the time, to be a personal trainer and to help other people stay fit by helping other people stay fit. I was also going to be helping myself. So, I got into the fitness industry and I didn't really know a lot, but I did know the basics. And I knew that, when I was in that industry, I was going to be helping people improve their health. So after a number of years of doing that, I started to recognize trends. And I had these clients that would come in and they would work out with me a couple times a week. And, it was great for them to be staying consistent with their exercise, but they would continue to be struggling with their health. Their weight was still not coming off as quickly as they wanted it to, or their sleep wasn't good, or their stress was really high. They maybe had, some unhealthy markers, high blood pressure, cholesterol, things like that. And I began to realize that exercise is amazing, but it's only one component. And I really wanted to help people in a more holistic way improve their health in a way that it was going to stick with them, not just that hour that they were with me or 2 hours a week, but throughout their entire day, their week, their month. And so that's when I began to get interested in um, looking at the whole, at health and wellness as a whole. And so, I began to really explore that. And years later, now that is my main focus. And I recently wrote a book called Drama Free Health. And this book, I actually have it right here, it talks about how to create healthy lifestyles. So, many people will be asking, well, why can't I just exercise my way to health? Why can't I just eat my way to health? Well, we've all made cookies or cakes or something at some time. You baked something. I want you to think back. And even if you're not a baker, even if you use boxed mixes, okay, but you still have to add the eggs, the oil, maybe some milk. You need the ingredients to make it. Anything that you're baking needs the proper ingredients to rise, to be the complete final version. And your health is the same way. It's as though a sports team is going out on the field but missing a key player. They're just not going to perform as well. They're not going to win the game. So, when we talk about looking at your health from a holistic standpoint, what I really want you to start to think about is what are the areas that I need to improve that are going to help raise everybody together? Because when we start to focus on more than just our nutrition and our exercise, when we start to look at our sleep, at our stress management, at our relationships, at our hydration, all these different aspects of a healthy lifestyle, we realize that they work beautifully synergistically and they are designed to do so. When one area of your health improves, it pulls the others up. And consequently, when one area of your health declines or goes down, it tends to pull all the other things down. If you are not sleeping well, it's much more difficult to eat healthy. It's much more difficult to exercise. It's much more difficult to manage your stress. When you're very stressed, it's more difficult to eat healthy. It's more difficult to sleep well. It's more difficult to have healthy relationships, so on and so forth. So, one of my main focuses as a wellness coach is that I want to look at your life, your health and wellness as a whole, and really take a look at all the key ingredients and how they can be improved so that you can live your optimally healthy and happiest lifestyle. So, something else that I do very uniquely, again, it's something that most coaches don't do, is that I don't believe in a one size fits all. You know those like jumpers for Halloween, they got like the dinosaur or the bear or the lion, and it's a one size fits all. Well, that's great for Halloween, but that's not great for you. When we are looking at everybody's individual needs, everyone is very unique. And I believe that the main reason that people really struggle to adhere to healthy lifestyles over the long term is that they try to fit themselves into a box, into, maybe they're a circle and they're trying to fit into a box. And you try to adhere to these lifestyle changes that are not what you need specifically. So what do I mean? When I was younger, I absolutely despised exercise. I despised exercise so very much that in high school, I went to my doctor and I said, I need a note for an excuse from PE because I have exercise induced asthma. Now, I don't believe that I actually had exercise induced asthma, but I went to my doctor and I convinced them that I had exercise induced asthma because I didn't want to run. I did not want to have to run it. And so my doctor gave me a note for PE and I didn't actually have to participate. Now, years down the road, I realized that it wasn't so much that I didn't like exercise, it was that I hadn't found what I liked, what worked well with me. And it took many years of kind of practicing and going for runs and really not enjoying it. And then I started to cycle. I started to do spin class. And while I felt like I was dying, I actually began to kind of enjoy it. And I realized that that was what I enjoyed doing for cardio. So to this day, that is my preferred method. And there are so many unique things about you, your preference for food, your preference for exercise, your lifestyle, your time availability, your actual physical ability, that there isn't one size that fits all for everybody. Because there are very, very healthy people on this planet who are vegetarians, and there are very unhealthy people who are vegetarians. There are very healthy people who are vegans and very unhealthy who are vegans. Diets and nutrition is unique to you. What are your goals? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to feel more focused in your day? So when I approach clients and helping you, what I promise you is that what we're going to focus on is the habits. It's not the nuances of what type of exercise you're doing, what your nutrition is. Yes, there are important things to pay attention to, especially when you want to get into specific goals. When you have specific goals, then we can start to fine tune that. But to get started, all we really want to do is to improve the habit. So when you start to improve habits, when you have better habits, you have better health. And that is one of the most simple yet most challenging things that you can do, because you may be saying, well, I don't have habits. Well, that's not true. We all have habits. We all have things that we do that are a product of we have become a product of our habits. Everything you do compounds, whether it's positive or negative, and it compounds into who you become. So while most people will dismiss the small things, they think, well, that cake, that cookie in the office in the afternoon, it doesn't really matter. Or I skipped my workout today, so it doesn't really matter. Or that one extra glass of wine, well, that doesn't really matter. Well, all of those things start to add up. Just like when you make healthy choices. Yes, eating that salad isn't going to help you lose weight immediately, but it is going to compound when you start making healthier choices over time. My goal with you is to help you learn how to make better habits that are aligned with you, where you want to go. How do you want to feel from now, a year from now? Most people don't think about that. Most people think, I don't feel good right now. I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. I need to fit into that outfit for this event. They don't think long term. They think very short term when it comes to their health, and that costs them a lot of progress and a lot of health. So instead of thinking short term, one of the things that you can start doing right now is to think long term. How do I want to feel in 6 months or in a year or in 5 years from now? What are the actions and habits that person would do? How would I act? What kind of habits do I have? Do I wake up early? Do I sleep in? Do I exercise or do I skip it? Do I choose, the healthy breakfast or the breakfast that isn't really serving me? What are those choices? Who would that person, what choices would your future self make? And start to reverse engineer that. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because I'm really excited because this is so powerful that I know that when you start to do this, it's going to really, really work, because so often we get so focused on, I don't have time to exercise. I don't like to eat healthy. I don't have time to get my sleep in. I don't. Rather than switching to, who do I want to be? Okay, so that person, if I want to lose weight and I want to feel really strong and confident in my body in, let's say, 6 months from now, is that person 6 months from now doing the same things that I'm doing today? Well, if the answer is yes, then you're going to be exactly where you are today, 6 months from now. If the answer is no, then you need to start acting like that person, making the shifts, making the decision to switch it from a negative to a positive, from a chore, I have to exercise, I have to eat healthy, I have to go to sleep early, into, I am making the choice to become healthier. I'm making the decision to take care of my body. I get to exercise because my future self, baby, she feels good. She looks good. She's got muscles. She's got energy. She's feeling amazing and sexy in her dress at Christmas. That's who you start to act like today, because your actions today will shape who you are tomorrow, in a week, in 6 weeks, in 6 months from now. So, how do we do that? How do we get from where we are now, feeling frustrated, feeling overweight, uncomfortable in our body, so tired at the end of the day that we can't take care of ourselves, that we want to eat the quickest thing because we don't have the energy to cook the healthy meal, into the person who feels amazing and sexy in their Christmas outfit, who feels amazing and sexy going into the new year, who doesn't feel like they're behind the 8 ball because they feel amazing because they're doing those things. There's one thing that I want you to do today that you can implement right now that is going to help transform your life. And that is to get crystal clear on who you are going to become. Who do you envision? When you think about yourself, you close your eyes and you think into the future and you think, I am a grandma who feels amazing, who gets down on the ground and plays with her kids, with her grandkids, and gets up and feels amazing. I'm the mom who chases her kid at the park and has so much energy, goes home, makes a delicious meal that our family sits around the table with and enjoys time together. Who are you going to become? Start to shape your actions and your habits around who you are becoming and not who you are. That is when you start to make healthy habits and healthy lifestyle a part of your identity. It's no longer a chore. The only reason it's a chore is because it doesn't feel in alignment with you. But the only reason it's not in alignment with you is because you're looking at who you are right now, not who you're becoming. Once you're clear on who you're becoming, making those healthy habits a priority and a part of your identity, that's when you become aligned. And that's when you start to enjoy the process and enjoy the habits, and you start to create consistency. So I hope that this makes sense. I know I was a little bit all over the place, but I want you to take this right now and really implement it. Go down, get your journal, and write, who am I going to become? Who is my ideal future self? What is the happiest, healthiest version of me? And what are those habits that they do? And once you're crystal clear, start to take action on the habits that that person that you journaled about, that you see in your mind, even if you can't see them yet, start taking action that they already are taking. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Follow me, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you very soon. Again, my name is Jamie, and I am here if you have any questions at all.